All right, welcome to this exclusive live stream. My name is Rich UX. I'm excited to be here. Just going to give a few minutes to warm this live stream up. You know how it is, but it looks like we're live. We're streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, maybe. I don't know if it's out there. It looks like I see myself on YouTube, so I'm glad to see that we are live and ready to go. So this is a live stream to help you take the next step with your one-person marketing agency, with your freelance marketing career or freelance design, editing, video career. I mean, there's different slants to it. But I want to help you today answer at least one burning question that will help you make it to the next level. That will help you potentially escape whatever it is you're in that you don't like. You dream of a better life. Me too. Let's do it together. Let's start today. And if you've already been on that track, let me know. There's a poll live on YouTube. I'm curious, have you already started building your one-person marketing agency? Or have you already even gotten clients and you're ready to go? I'd be interested to know what the current Rich and Niche community says about where they're at with the one-person marketing agency model particularly, which has been the most popular model as of late and has been something that's truly captured the attention of the Rich and Niche community. So looks like we've got a few people in the chat. Deuce Arbor, don't know who that is. If you're a member, please let me know. We got Milosh in the house. Send Milosh 50 niche coins. We got Dimitri in the house. Welcome, Dimitri. Coralie, great to see you. If you're out there in the live stream and you're in the live chat, let me know you're here. And thanks so much for spending the time with me today. It's a great day to ask a selfish question for yourself. It's a great day to take advantage of just this free training. Take something for yourself. Walk away equipped with a more powerful tool set of strategies, systems, and processes. Welcome, Cindy, to the chat. Great to see you out there. Gabriel, great to see you, Gabe. Well, let's see, 13 people have already arrived nice and early, and we're just getting started. Make sure you answer the poll. Welcome, welcome. And hey, when you're ready, you can fire me any question you want about this. Whatever you read in this book, The One-Person Marketing Agency. I'm pretty sure you've read it by now. It's a short story and tactical guide to building a sustainable, remote-capable one-person marketing agency. Got the yerba mate today from my future hometown of Paraguay. They love the yerba mate down there. I'm strategizing a South America trip right now. I was just talking to my wife about heading down for 60 days, going to Paraguay, Asuncion, the capital of Paraguay. Funny as it is, Asuncion in Spanish means, you got it, ascension. Ascension, one of our favorite words at Rich and Niche. And I'm thinking about going to Argentina, Buenos Aires, and just exploring a potential new home. But you know, Milosh, my Serbian brother, we are entertaining Serbia as a potential future spot as well. I mean, we used to live in Serbia for a year. It was great. And now that we had our second child safely, securely in Canada, we're looking for our next home. We don't believe it's Canada. We don't believe we were at the right time for Canada, for our life, for our choices. Being an entrepreneur, you got to do different things. Being homeschooling parents, you got to do different things. Being alternatively mindset, you got to do different things. You can't follow the mainstream all the time. If you got different values, it's why it's so important to know what your values are. If you write down your values and you know what they are, when someone tries to tell you something against your values, you know it. If you've never thought about your values before, it's easy to be kind of persuaded in and out of these things. Shout out to Anand, welcome to the chat. Great to see you here. I am tracking the first 10 Rich and Niche members who say hi to me in the chat. Give a little bonus for you guys. But love to see your questions about the OPMA and how to make more money as a freelance digital marketer. That's what I'm here to do today. And if I don't get questions, I will fill the time. Don't worry, I will drop insight after insight. Jane Blaze, aka Tara, welcome. Good to see you. Great name, Jane Blaze. Like it, like it. Please fill out the poll. Let's take a look at the poll so far. 24% of you saying, yes, I launched my OPMA, good for you. So 1/4 of us, I'm sorry. And about 72%, I'm still working on it. Well, both parties should be asking me questions. Both parties should be getting to the next level. And let me just remind you, and I'm not going to share any screen right now. I'm just talking. And if you want to take notes, that's up to you. But you know, there are 6 phases of the freelance marketer's journey, of the OPMA's journey. And I'll just remind you what they are in case you forgot. I actually want to see my screen. There we go. Good. Okay. Looking good. Looking fresh. Took a shower today. All right. You know, freelance marketers take the least showers because we don't go to the office. So why would we shower the most? Right. So phase 1 of the freelance marketer's career is skill building. And if you read my email today, well, not all of you got this email, unfortunately. I do segment my list, but the triforce, baby. The triforce. This is not Jay-Z Hova. This is the triforce of skills, okay? 3 core skill stacks: funnels and web pages, content creation, and digital advertising. Those make up a holy trinity of skills that will make you a power seller. A power seller. That's what everyone wants to be, is a power seller. Whatever you care about in life, you want to powerfully get it out into the world and be able to exchange the value and reap the rewards of entrepreneurship. Power seller, holy trinity, skills, skills, skills. So first and foremost, if you're not making money, you're not happy with your life, just focus on skills every day. Add to your skill set: copywriting, web design. Try building a funnel on system.io. It's free. Learn about sending automated emails. That's a money-making tactic that will never die for a long time. Emails going nowhere. Content creation. Start your own Instagram. Start your own reels or shorts, faceless. Start writing. Just get more reps about putting pen to paper or getting the digital art going. Social media publishing. Don't just make stuff, get it out there. SEO, it's fading fast, but you should still understand it, because if anyone ever adds a search box to a page, it means there's some element of SEO beyond. Maybe our traditional forms of search are changing due to AI, but in the future, there will always be aspects of search there. Finally, you must master Facebook ads, which is also Instagram ads. You must master Google ads. Those aren't hard, but you need to get real world experience any way you can. You need to touch ad spend. It needs to be you who felt the cause and effect of making an ad, pushing it out, spending the money, and seeing if you got the goal that you wanted. Did you want landing page views? Did you want email signups? Did you want sales? You can get certifications for Google Ads and Meta Ads, and I recommend you do that. And then the final element that ties the Triforce together is project management and learning how to use a tool like Notion or Airtable, and just learning how do databases work. If I'm going to be a business, how do I store all this information? If I'm a one-person business, what is the way to do that? If I go to the dental office, the law firm, a real estate, there is folders upon folders upon folders. They are a paper-based world. We are a digital-based world, and you want to get control of a tool like Notion.so. Changed my life. I became a superhero because I could just access everything I want. And with Notion, it gives you a taste of making your own software. I can put the key links I want here. I can make a database like this. I can filter it like this. So powerful. What's up, chat? Josh, welcome. You're the next one on my list that I haven't added yet. Z-Core, the demonic. That's quite a name. I can't say I am loving the name, but hopefully your demonic nature can be applied in a value-driven way for some segment of the market. But I'll answer your question. Thanks a lot. Let's just see if there's any questions before that. I just want to know what services to offer. My niche is the tree service industry. Great niche. I need a tree cutter myself because a tree fell down in my yard and I'm not happy about that. So if I was going to hire a tree service person, what I would do is I would look around and see the trucks that drive by that say tree service, and I would call them and hire them. Tree service is an okay niche. You need to be able to get more people than the people like me who just kind of see them. I see tree service every day. Maybe it's because I live on the highway and we have a small town. Maybe other people don't see tree service every day. Depends on where you live. But my point is that you have to know how people hire your niche, right? Recently, I had a student who was really interested in working with the real estate niche, but he didn't really know how people buy houses. He's never bought a house before. So how can he sell a house? It's a very interesting concept. You typically want to be a buyer of the things you're going to sell or some parallel there. If you've never bought anything for $5,000, it will be mentally difficult for you to sell something for $5,000. And that's just the way it is. Mentally difficult. I didn't say impossible. I said just mentally difficult, of course, right? You believe, who would pay me $5,000? I've never paid anyone that much, right? And I love to see the chat finally warming up. Thanks, Juan. Good for you. Junaid, hello, welcome. If you are one of my Academy members, please let me know. I'm tracking who's here. So, if you haven't read my book yet, go to my website, richaniche.com. It's only $3. I am raising the price very soon, probably next week to $5. And in my book, there's a section at the back that says, how do I build a menu of services? And I discuss that very question. So I'd want you to kind of see what I've said about this. But if I was your mentor, which I happily will be for the next 60 seconds, and you asked me, Rich, I'm only doing trees, help me get clients. What I would do is I would approach every tree service company and I would say, how much is an average customer worth to you? And they're going to say $600, $1,000, $1,500, $200. The higher they say, the better. If they say a low number, it's going to be hard to make money. Because if I charge $500 for my service and I remove a tree, and I need 2 people to do that typically, and let's say it takes 2 hours to remove the tree, let's give each person $50, $200 right there. That's just the tree cutter. What about the cost of the equipment, loan servicing, debt servicing? What about the cost of insurance? What about taxes? Okay, so now we're down to just $150 left. And you want all that? I can only do 30 trees in a month. So the most money I can make is like $3,000 as a profit, as a tree business owner. That's just all speculatory. I don't actually know. My point is, if you want to work in a niche, make sure there's padding for margin so you can scoop your commission. Because what I would do is I would go to those tree cutters and I would say, how about I just send you leads and you give me $100 every time you work with one of my leads? And that would be risk-free. And that's how I would work with those kind of people, because they don't need social media. They really need specific kind of lead generation. Probably a little Google page, a Google ad, maybe a tracked phone number, Google Ads. That's ultimately the final answer. I don't know what else for that particular niche. They're not going to have the money to invest in content. Now, I want everybody here to listen to me right now. There is a big difference between working with local businesses and working with global companies like software or content companies or media companies. There's a big difference. If I'm a local business, I cannot do business with the next city over. Those guys get that business. So I only get the people in my area for trees. I don't get every other town's trees. So I don't want to invest in a brand really, because the brand reach stops unless I plan to scale this business nationally, which I'm not. People do this because it's their skill. The skill they chose for their life is tree cutting. The skill we're choosing is much beyond that. And it's funny because the money and the danger, they don't really add up. But some people come from a lifestyle where they believe they're not worth any more because their parents didn't tell them that, or they never realized that. And so they believe what their parents tell them, and their parents say, you'll never get a good job. You should be a tree cutter just like I was. That's how we make money. And it's called buying your dad's bill of goods. If you just buy it from your parents, you will be stuck with their mindset. Okay? So you want to offer Google Ads, and you're probably going to have to eat the cost. But if you're a good marketer, the cost of the Google Ads will be like $300 a month, and the leads will be like 1,000 back, 10 leads. I could see that. I would be cautious to spend more because, again, I can only do like 30 trees max. And is there even that volume of lead in that market? So I would switch your niche to home, landscape, and management services. It's a bit broader, but it's still the same idea. So tree cutting, lawn cutting, garden and landscape, physical scaping, like changing things, building structures, and I would work with that group. And I would be running Google Ads for all those people, and I would be upselling them on social media if they think that's it. So I would sell social media to them. The pitch would be like, listen, the reason to do this is to stop your competitors from beating you. And that's it. That's all I would say, because they have to then decide, do I do this if my customers, my competitors are not, or they are? It's a game for them in that sense. Because guaranteed there's multiple tree cutters. So first I would go for what is the most direct lead acquisition mechanism. And it's Google Ads to a landing page. Say, do you need a tree cut down? Call this number right now. And that number would be tracked. And I would listen to those phone calls. You can use Go High Level. If you join my academy, you get a $97 Go High Level account for free. You can get a phone number and tracked for $5 to $10 a month. And we can also get you accounts for your clients as well if you need extra. So Go High Level is a powerful tool for local businesses because they are very relationship oriented and they need to make money out of their clients. So tree cutting is tough because people only call when a tree is a problem. Lawn is always a problem. Landscaping, always needing work. Weeding, cutting, pruning, always need work. Keep that in mind. You are going to do the same work no matter what your niche is. It's not going to shift that much. You'll be running ads, you'll be making pages, you'll be making content. Why just choose a niche that isn't even the richest niche in the world? Why worry about cutting down trees? Why don't you worry about demolishing buildings? It's the same thing. You are limiting yourself by an area that you feel comfortable in, but your potential lies in the realm of discomfort. Chew on that for 30 seconds. Next question. I'm one-manning it. How do you stay effective on fulfillment? For me, changing from SEO to video editing to ad management takes time to remember Premiere shortcuts. Gotcha. You need to skill up. It's a bottom line. The better you get, the more you do it, the faster you get. I can make an ad video with text captions with an AI voice and have the ad up within 30 minutes, all of that. Now, that may not be the world's best video, but in the world I play in, you don't need the best videos. And no one ever said the best videos sell better. They don't. It's not like that. So my point is that speed comes with skill. Now, that's an easy answer. That's obvious. I think you knew that already. What are some other secret hacks? So one thing, just very simply, do you use Google Chrome or Brave browser or whatever? If you look at the top, you have all your tabs, right? So you guys, all of your tabs up here, right? And then right below it, you have a bookmark bar. Bookmark bar. What I do is I make folders, and then there's folders within folders. And when I want to do something, like every morning, I do a morning report. I fill out 17 Google Sheet spreadsheet cells. So I know exactly what I accomplished the day before. Every day. Do you think I open all those tabs one by one every morning? Do you think I try to remember what tab every morning? Of course not. I click the folder, right click, and it says open all tabs. So for almost every major process I do that. So every time I want to do something, I'm one click and 1 second from getting started. Everyone else here, including yourself, is multiple clicks and multiple seconds. If you are 10 seconds plus 10 clicks, I am 1,000 times faster, or 1,000% faster than you. So there is skill, and then there's the management of information. A browser tab contains information. A spreadsheet contains information. A checklist contains information. A human who is maxing with AI and productivity has information within 5 clicks. Either they are 2 to 3 clicks away through their browser, Notion, Workspace, master file, or you're 1 click away, or you are, what was I going to say? Lost it. You're only clicks away. I was saying it's 1,000% faster, and that's the bottom line. Okay. You can get into these debates about how fast and how to be faster, but the management of data is where I was kind of heading, is a skill in itself. And that's why I said the triforce doesn't end at marketing. To tie it together, you need to be a bit of a humanoid AI data manager. And speed, of course, if you're against robots, they're the fastest. Now, I'm not telling you to live like a robot, but if I want to work with efficiency, which is a word you use, not me, I would try to be like a robot. And I would say, what are the differences between how me and a robot operate in this situation? Well, the robot's never going to get distracted. The robot's never going to just randomly feel something and need to go away and deal with those feelings. You see where I'm going. So 3 major marketing skills and a bit of a meta skill. See, meta skills are underrated. Meta skills are like, how do I read fast? How do I write fast? I'm not here to teach meta skills, but everyone has to constantly improve their meta skills. It's a skill-based world now, and skills revolve around computers now. Before, they revolved around machinery, factories, scale of physical. Now it's about digital factories, content machines, people, and digital scale. You're in the digital transformation. Each part of the world had to get eaten up by digital eventually. Great question. Hey, Rich, How do I get over the mental hurdle and fear of starting? Gary Vee got it right. Gary Vee got it right. You're going to die. You're going to die, my man. You're going to die, and you're going to be there, and you're going to say, why didn't I just start? Why do I care so much about what other people think? And we all have to keep waking up to that. Why do I care what other people think? You're scared of failing. You're scared that people will think you're a loser if you fail. What if I told you the faster you fail is the faster you become a winner? Because in order to become a winner, you must be prepared to lose because you go into the arena. Everybody is sitting outside the arena talking shit. They don't do anything with their life. Who cares what they think? That's the key to it, my man. And so if you don't realize it, that you're going to die, you're wasting your time. And you have to remember that every second goes by, you're either working towards your goals or you're working against them. It's a simple fact. It cannot be both. You're either towards your goal or you're doing a behavior activity against your goal. And winners somehow trick themselves to stay as much as possible towards the goal and stay focused. And losers, quote unquote, well, first of all, they didn't even set a goal, but they might have a losing mentality because of the environment they've been brought up in. So there's like two games. The first game is skilling up and trading time for money. The second game is defeating the mental demons, as you're mentioning. And I'm just saying, first recognize you're going to die. Stop caring about what other people think. Recognize that you're either moving towards your goals or you're not. And those are the mindsets you need to ultimately have like a game-changing experience in your mind. I'm going to look for a video on YouTube. I have no idea what it's called or where, but it really woke me up many years ago. And it's very simple. It's a very simple idea about how much time do I have left to live. And I can't remember if they use Skittles or like M&Ms or something in a bowl, and they just kind of like, yes, here it is. I think this is it. I'm going to share it in the chat for you guys. You can watch it on your own, but you just don't know like how much time you truly have. And I think that when you connect with that idea, like you are able to move in the direction you want. That's like the high level answer, right? The next answer is to follow a proven framework. Follow a proven framework and just go step by step. Okay, just go step by step. There's 32 people here. Terrific. I'm going to give you guys all a bonus right now. Thank you so much for joining me today. Normally this comes only with my book, but you can go ahead and get my digital marketing roadmap for your career, the 6-phase roadmap. I had only just begun talking about phase 1 and I got distracted. We talked about the triforce of skills. But forget about what I just said and go follow it step by step. Go start learning copywriting. What does that mean? What does it mean to learn copywriting? Well, if you look at my Notion file, which I'm not going to share on the screen right now, it says step 1, read the book Cashvertising. I recently gave that same advice to a young marketer. His mind was blown in 60 minutes of reading that book of what he learned. Imagine a person spends 10 years doing something and they say, go read this book, and you don't. You don't give a shit about your success. You're not even listening. And you see, opportunity shows itself to people who are very aware. If you're sleeping, worried about FIFA 25 right now, you might not be aware of what's truly in front of you. And you can't value your enjoyment of time versus investing for the future. It's hard to value it, especially in this current environment of the world with high pricing, high interest rates, questionable economy. I know it's very hard. And that's why we must fight to skill up. We have to become the top 10% and ultimately the top 1% of skilled, talented people. And we do that through effort. It's not thinking about it. You just literally have to get up every day and do something. Then I tell you to read scientific advertising. Then I tell you to read Ogilvy on advertising. Okay, and then you're going to be on your way and you're going to like, wow, I actually know more about copywriting than I can believe. Let me practice a little bit. Then I tell you to write a sales letter. You know how few people, 1 out of 100 people in life, maybe 1 out of 1,000 people will write a complete sales letter. And yet that could be the single most impactful thing in your life. To learn to use words to help people take action. Because people don't want to take action. They're lazy by nature. Okay, so go check out my roadmap. Enjoy it. If you haven't bought my book yet, that's crazy. Go buy this book. It's only $3 on my website, and you get the roadmap too. So, goodwill. Okay, next question. How are you, buddy? I have still like WordPress, SEO, graphic design, still looking for niches. Look, man, looking for a niche, that's fine. You can always look for a niche. The problem is, once you have that niche, now what do you have to do? You have to redesign your website for that niche. That's the whole point. That when the niche person comes along, they're like, whoa, this is for our niche. Perfect. That is good. I'm not going to lie. Do you have a way to attract that person in that niche just because you heard it's a good niche? Well, guess what? Ferrari is a good niche. Ferrari service. Those people pay thousands of dollars like noobs. They don't care. Money is water to them. Why not go that niche? Do you have any way to attract people who own Ferraris? If you do, good. That could be a great niche, right? But what I like to say as well is don't pick a niche about industry. Pick a niche around problem. Solve a very specific problem. And the OPMA, so you know how to do WordPress, you know SEO and graphic design. So essentially you can make really nice websites, essentially, generally speaking. Good enough, right? Well, there's people out there who have the problem of generating leads. And a lead is a potential customer. And the best way to get a lead is to have a web page. So try not to sell web pages and WordPress, sell lead generation and solve people's problems who say, I need more leads, which is a very common problem. There's a lot of businesses who say, if you bring me leads, I'm going to make a lot of money. I just need leads. If I'm a construction guy, if I'm a tiler, if I'm a cabinet guy, if I'm construction light, like handyman, even like, I know my skills are in my hands and I'm not a digital person. I'm not going to know how to use the internet to get leads, but I need leads. And so what do? I put my name on my truck. That's what they do. They go in the yellow pages. They go in the community guide, community magazine. Go look at community magazines and sell all those people digital marketing because they are spending $500 to $2,000 on the magazine inserts. Ask them, are you happy with how you're doing with the community magazine? Hey, John, I was flipping through the magazine and I just noticed you guys were there. Are you happy with your results? I'm doing Google ads and my clients are saying they prefer the digital method to get leads over this old method, because this method is like oversaturated. So for the same money, I bet you can get more leads if you try Google ads or Facebook ads. Now, local doesn't use Facebook ads as much, but still very powerful. I think you want to use a combination. So be cautious about niches, right? Next question. What about free test drive offer for luxury sports car rental companies and upselling 1-week car rental package to customer? No. Luxury is a great word. I'm so glad you like luxury. Me too. As a business owner, not as a personal materials need, but if I'm going to work with someone, I want people that charge a lot. I just hope they have a great product. Now, sports cars are great products. Right? People love them. But people don't want free, okay? Because they immediately think, wait a second, there's a catch. You want to be careful of that when you're in luxury. With luxury, you want to signal exclusivity. And so I would be trying to maybe just market the cars as is and just really hyping up how quickly they're going to be rented and that you should rent it right now before it's too late. Our fleet is getting rented. Get it before it's gone for the summer. I would just be kind of like hammering on that idea. People don't want to miss out on their opportunity. And a lot of people who would do rental cars are traveling. So when they're traveling, they'd like to find someone who has high quality fleet and they want to see, is it great? But if they see it's going fast, they're going to put their credit card in. So what I would do is give a bonus of something for anyone who puts a deposit or something like that. Like I would treat rich people like rich people, not attract freebies, anything like that. And I would tie in like free bottle of champagne with every rental. Okay. Moving on, Cindy says, I've named my OPMA Conversion Edge Media. Perfect. Conversion Edge Media. I get it. You help people convert more and you're a media-driven company. Makes sense. Main objective of becoming conversion expert, driving the lowest cost per lead, cost per click, cost per view. Good. Performance media. Smart. No niche. Any SME startup that wants to grow. Yeah, I think that's right. And I think all you need to do is really focus on getting more media out there organically. You're going to want to leverage your organic success first and foremost. That's always the case if you can't get hands-on paid. But paid will be also a great study because you are talking about performance, so it's understandable. I think you need a mix, and I think they inform each other. I think if you want to be great at performance, you learn through organic. You don't waste organic. You say, yeah, it's an effort, and I might not get a lot of views every time, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to have intuition going forward that this piece of content is better than that piece, and that's what makes me an expert, is that I study that. So I'd be pushing my own content, learning more, getting that intuition, and I'd be studying other companies that are doing well and even potentially writing case studies around successful performance media as more of like inspirational content for your potential customers. It's like, hey, you're my potential client. Here's 3 case studies on my website for different types of companies. See if you resonate, right? So it could say like, Airbnb ran paid ads on Facebook and saw XYZ lift, right? I mean, it's what you do when you don't have the case study. A case study, did you guys know this? It doesn't say that the person sharing the case study was the person doing it. That's not what it says. A case study is what it says is, let's look at this case and study it and write something about it. Anybody can do that. You can write case study on Nike, the greatest brand of all time. You can write a case study on WeWork, the up and down. Like, it's fascinating and people like it. Shows your authority. So don't tell me you can't have case studies. When you got nothing, you got to figure it out, right? Hopefully you, Cindy, have some stuff going on and you don't have to worry too much about that. Keep the questions coming, my friends. We aren't here all day, probably another 20 to 30 minutes. Dimitri says, how can I get started learning short form videos such as Reels in a practical way? Post 3 times a day, every day for the next 90 days. 3 times a day, every day. The next 90 days equals 270 Reels. Let's ask another question. How can I improve the size of my quadricep muscles? How can I learn how to change a car's oil, right? We always want to give ourselves reasons that things feel hard, that they're not easy. But in fact, all you have to do is say, what would this look like if it was easy? And then your answer comes to you. Oh, every day after work, I make a post and I learn from it. It's easy. Like, you will come to an answer that has to fit that restriction instead of allowing unlimited range of ideas, which makes it sound hard. And you like the medium of faceless shorts, but you're watching all these other ones and successful people telling you about this medium that it makes you feel imposter syndrome. But those people didn't get there by shouting on Twitter about how great they are. They got there most likely by grinding up, if they truly have the skill. I mean, you don't always know that, but that's the easy answer, is why are you fighting yourself with doing something you want to do? It sounds like you just don't want to do it. So when I consult with people, I'll just say, why do it? Just don't do it. Skip it. Skip this one. And you're going to say, I can't skip it. And why is that? I need to know this. Why is that? This is key. Why is that? Because video won. Oh yeah, you're right. Video did win. So I need to know how to make short form videos. Makes sense. Well, let's get started. The first thing we can do is see how much it costs. How much money does it cost us to post? $0 plus X time, right? There is a cost in time. But the good news is you probably have time. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't ask this question, is my guess. Because when people don't have time, it typically means they know how to make money with their time, and they use all their time to make money. When people want to know a new skill, they want to make more money in the future. They're not satisfied today, and they feel a new skill is their edge. I don't disagree. I think it is. So if you're going to do this, do it. Recognize the price and do the math, right? What would I assume does it take to become an expert at this? And I think 100 to 200 videos is very correct. So let's say it's 30 minutes per video times 100 equals 3,000 minutes. Divided by 60, what is that? 50 hours, 500 hours. Is that right? Yeah, 500 hours. No, 200 hours, 500. 50! 50 hours. It's like the second bad math I've done in 2 days online. 50 hours times 60 minutes is 3,000 minutes, which allows you to build 100 shorts. So 50 hours, that's 1 hour, that's 2 hours a day, or 1 hour a day for 50 days. Like, I would start there. 1 hour a day for 50 straight days. And I would try to remind myself that this is not going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. But at the end, I will have developed a keen sense of what it takes to be successful on those channels. We've been discussing at the Rich and Niche Academy about doing a challenge around short form videos. Now, it hasn't been announced yet, and I don't promise it, but you're not alone in wanting to know about it. And I recommend you come to the pro group. I believe you have access to it. We are talking about it recently, and we can go deeper on it. I'm going to leave that there. Anonymous Conservative, Anonymous Conservative says, what software are you using? Well, surprisingly, I get away with Canva for a lot of things. I don't use Figma day to day, but I know how to use it. Same as Photoshop, right? Simplicity first and foremost. So Canva, I call that software. I use Go High Level and Kartra. So GHL and Kartra are my primary two all-in-one funnel builders that I work with, because those can do so much. Like, you can host videos on those. You can do surveys, forms, landing pages, split tests. What else do I use day to day? Like, I'm using OBS to make this stream. I think OBS is an underrated tool for like capturing your screen for free. I use Webflow for making my websites and my client sites. I've also used WordPress in the past. I love Notion to store all of my information, because digital marketing is quite heavy with content. We need a place to store that that's connected to a client's contact information. So I should be able to look at my 5, 10, 15, 20 clients, click on their name, and then I can access everything I've created for them in Notion. And Notion links to, say, Google Drive. Notion links to PDFs. Notion links to other Notion pages. Notion links stores internal pages. It's just very versatile. Don't think there's anything else quite matching it right now. That's it. Not much else. Cold emails versus content creation on IG, LinkedIn to get local clients. Neither. Local clients, they would respond to a human being coming to see them much more than cold email or content creation, in my opinion. I think local is a different beast that most people online aren't talking about. I think most people are talking about e-commerce, drop shipping, Shopify, global influencers and KOLs, media companies, content creators, Gumroad, digital products, Pinterest, eBay. Those are all global things. Local has nothing to do with any of that. And even like strategies are shifting because of price and usability, such as Google. I think if you want to have a great freelance business, you've got to do a little bit of everything. And you have to be able to bring a bow and arrow with you. Like if you go hunting with a bow and arrow, do you just walk around with the bow like pulled at all times? No. You walk around and the bow is in the back. But when you see the prey, you are just seconds away from silently sniping them. And I think that's more what client generation should be about for freelancers, is that you try to live your life in a way that will attract people to you. Go to events, go to coffee shops, talk to people, walk into stores, ask questions, be friendly, dress reasonably. And when you spot it, you have your bow and you pitch. Now that's like sophisticated answer about how I really see it. Like maybe you don't see that. I think you have to have deep experience to know like what do clients respond to. Based on your question, I think the answer is content, not cold email. I think cold email is dead. I actually think people ruined it so quickly that it's creating a negative influx in energy. I think it's selective, and if you do it right, it's not very cold. Pure cold email spam, I'm not so sure about it. Like, I even dreamt about making a tool for people who hate cold email to like mess with people who cold email you. Like imagine there's a site that's called I Hate Cold Email. And it's like all you have to do is put the email in of the person who cold email you, and an AI will pretend to be interested for a very long time and lead them on for a very long time. Wouldn't that piss those people off a lot? And don't you see the joy that people who receive cold email every day would feel about sort of this passive aggressive anonymous method of messing with people? Because what people do right now is they just say F off, get lost, take me off your list, idiot, screw you. Anybody who does cold email knows that. Anyone who's received cold email has felt that. Does cold email work at scale? Probably. But so do a lot of things at scale. To run cold email at scale, you also need a market size that's suitable for mass cold email. Now, I prefer personalized one-on-one email with a laser gun, not spray and spam or whatever, spray and pray. That's all that is. Have I thought about using it? Have I tested it for myself? Yes. I've tried Instantly AI. I've sent a few campaigns. I've bought leads. I've mined leads. For local, doesn't make sense because you can't get the lead data on them anyways, because all the best lead data comes from digital companies, not local companies where they don't put their about page with all their names on it. Damn, that was pretty good answer in my opinion about that. Well, looks like we've come to the end of the stream. I've learned to end streams very quickly, so thank you so much, everyone. You had your chance for questions. I gave you plenty of time. I highly recommend you check out my website, richanish.com. We've got so many great things there that you can learn about, read stories about, learn about our accelerator.